Today I'm taking the Multifunction network cable tester. So I appreciate it does come with a pouch. Got our manual, and that is in full color. So we have a BNC to alligator clip adapter. Got a couple of short cables. This is an RJ45, and that is a phone cable. We have got some multimeter probes. Got our charging cable, so that is USB-A to dual USB-C. So that's handy. We can actually charge both of these at the same time. We got a tether, we got a mini screwdriver with a screw, so that is going to attach to our battery compartment. So nice that they gave us that option. And we have a BNC to Ethernet adapter. So here is our toner. So we got a charging port on the side, we got our power delivery port right there, we've got an Ethernet RJ45 right there, and we have a headphone jack right there. So if you're using this in a loud environment, this will be able to hear this guy. And it looks like it actually comes with some LEDs on the front so we can see what we are probing. And here is the emitter. So one thing that makes this one stand out, we got a nice large touchscreen on there. On the bottom we got a rubber pad covering up our Ethernet ports. On the right side we got another pad that is covering up our optical cables. On the top, nothing really there, so this is kind of a rubber grip. On the left side, we got our USB-C charging port, and then we got our probe multimeter ports. So I'm charging these up right now. They do have red and green LEDs on there to let us know that it is charging. It says the emitter has a 3.7 volt, 4,000 milliamp hour rechargeable battery, and the receiver has a 2,000 milliamp hour rechargeable battery. So for this, it will not turn on out of the box. If we pop the battery cover off the back, you can see it does come unplugged. I'm not sure if that is intentional. So in other words, a way of preventing a parasitic draw, or if it just popped out in shipment. But either way, at least we can confirm that is a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. So nice bright display on there that you can also see from pretty much any angle, so that is excellent. That is a touch screen, and we can see we got an icon right there to let us know which port we need to plug in for our PoE test. It even says right there PoE detect. So that's excellent. It's going to be kind of difficult to actually mess that up. But we can see all of our pairs right there, and this is going to tell us what voltage it is reading off of each pair. So we're going to connect to PoE and check for voltage. And we can confirm that we are getting 53.9 volts on both of the green lines. We have a max power 31.4 watts. PoE protocol is IEEE 802.3 AT. Polarity is 12- 36+, and PoE modes is N-span. Very nice so we can check all of that with this device. So let's see what else we got here. Got a flashlight. That's cool. So that does actually have an LED on there, so in the event that we need to see something in the dark, we got that as an option. Go to cable tester, going to connect to the UTP scan port. Yeah, it even says right here, make sure it's in the top right. And we'll plug that into the RJ45 in the bottom there. That's nice. So it's automatically going to tell us everything right here. So I'll go ahead and turn off that beep. If I hold this just right, we can actually break our connection on that green and white. Cool. So even though this looks like a good cable, this is actually not a good cable. And it could even operate as a good cable sometimes, but definitely would not want to use this for anything that is important. And we can also see on here that this is an unshielded cable. So this is going to tell us everything that we need to know. Let's try this cable, which I'm pretty sure is good. And there we go, we are good. And we got the full 1000 megabit rating. So let's go back, do cable search. Yeah, that's cool. So with this, if we had a whole mess of cables and we wanted to find out which one this one is connected to, we can use this to tone that out. I've used that many times. In fact, in my house, I had all my cables just terminated in a box on the outside. They didn't even have the plug ends on it. We just take a short cable like this, plug that in here, plug that into our wall outlet, and then I can go down into that box and find out which of that cable is for that room. So super handy function to have for that. Now maybe all these cables are a little bit too tightly packed. We can also reduce the sensitivity, and we'll just bring it up right there. So that way we can even be super close to it. So if we just have a super dense mass, and we can easily identify which cable is which. Can't say enough good things about that. That will save you a ton of headache. So let's go to the TDR test. Let's use a live cable. Okay, oh, that's interesting. So I actually have a couple of open. So somewhere in this circuit, I've got a bad cable. But we are online there, and I got a negative 12.5 attenuation on that. Let's do advanced test. Go next. We have reflectivity of 0, impedance of 100 ohms, and a skew nanoseconds of 8 on my orange twisted pair and 0 on my green twisted pair. So we'll do the cable length test. So this can actually test up to 3,000 meters. And I'm going to plug that into the top port and length test. 0.5 meters. So if you got a roll and it's not marked out and you just need to find out exactly how much you got, you can use this to make that happen. And then we got some IP tools. So we got IP discovery. It says to use the bottom port and start scan. So that is giving us the MAC addresses of everything that is on this current local network. Let's go to IP scan. We can scan the IP or scan the port. Yeah, it's just giving me the same information. So basically, as soon as I go to this screen, it is going to automatically do that scan. Do a ping test. So at the top, we got our local IP, and then we got the remote IP that we want to ping to. Then we got LLDP CDP. It says if used for switch detection, the switch needs to support LLDP protocol or CDP protocol. All right, so we got our MAC address. We got our interface name. It just has question marks on there, so there's nothing to report. And a TTL of 180. Let's do a trace route. So by default, you can go to Baidu. So they are not getting information on there. It's probably due to the firewall. If you did not have a firewall like mine, then we should be able to connect to that. Let us try. Just want to try a different website to see if I got a different result. Does not look like it is going to though. So let's try port flashing. So we are going to connect to the bottom port and we'll connect to our switch. And we can see we got a solid light as well as on the tool. So yeah, if you want a network tester with a whole lot of functionality just from down to the cables all the way up to the network, that is going to be an excellent tool to have.